Okay, D2 Word Life here with Mr. Short Shorts himself, Riptidz, aka Rufus.
I wear short shorts. You wear short shorts. We all wear short shorts.
Okay, whatever you say, Rufus. But anyway, we are reviewing the WWE Judgment Day 2000 pay-per-view, or WWF 2000, whatever you want to prefer. Took place on May...
Beginning of the invasion.
No, that would be
Or
freaking
Prelude.
WrestleMania.
Prelude to.
It was in the dying days of WCW, but we're not reviewing a WCW show yet.
Yes, but this is a prelude to.
It was in WCW's dying days.
Yes.
But anyway, this event took place May 21st, 2000 in Louisville, Kentucky, with an attendance of 16,827. The main event.
420,000 people bought the pay-per-view. 420.
420, that's why you mention it. And the main event for this particular one was that 60-minute Iron Man match with Triple H challenging WWE champion The Rock, with Mr. Short Shorts Shawn Michaels being the referee.
Yes.
And before we even talk about that main event, let's talk about, well, first of all, let's talk about the backstage altercation between Triple H and Shawn Michaels here. They were just casually talking, and even Triple H goes, "What up with the shorts?" "Oh, I'm going to wear them out there. I hate them shorts." Yeah, I agree. You were probably laughing when you heard that, weren't you?
Yes.
But, anyway, before the main card even started, it showed the McMahons and Triple H and DX and Stephanie McMahon were all in the back talking about their matches.
Yeah.
And they even sent Jerry Briscoe out there to freaking go get him a coffee, whatever.
Well, he had called him into there and he's like, "Oh, what's happening?" He's like, "Well, I'm kind of jumping, but what do you guys need?" He's like, they're like, "Oh, we want coffee. I want some ice in my coffee because I don't like it too hot." And that was probably X-Pac or Sean Walkman.
Because he don't like heat.
And
then Jerry Briscoe was the hardcore champion at that time. And
yes, but he also got jumped by the headbangers.
Yeah, because the hardcore title was under the 24/7 rule during this period. So he got jumped by the headbangers, had coffee all over his shirt. We'll get back to Jerry Briscoe here in a minute afterwards, but the first match of the night was a 6-man tag team match. It featured the team of Kurt Angle and the tag champions Edge and Christian against all 3 members of Too Cool, which was Scotty 2 Hotty, Grandmaster Sexy, and Rikishi.
The Tribal Cheeks!
And yes, there was a spot in this match where Rikishi actually did a sting face on Angle himself.
Yes, it was funny as hell.
But your thoughts on this opening matchup? Oh yeah, and let's not forget the funny, little bit of the comedy portion of that 6-man tags when Grandmaster Sexy's pants fell down to his ankles pretty much.
And Scotty 2 Hotty was saying, "You have a tiny little D2 centimeter."
Hey, fuck off. That's you.
That was you
he was aiming that at.
You knew exactly what I was going to do for that part, didn't you?
That was you he was pointing at, making fun of you.
No.
Yeah, Scotty, I was pointing at you saying, for someone who's calling himself Riptidz, your Eradicator is pretty small.
Yeah, no. That's more saying that your D2 word life is 2D2.
It's like, no.
Centimeter.
No. Because for me, if I was basing it off of that, my name would be D12. Anyway. Shut up.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, there was some back and forth match, some triple teams. Some triple teaming on another. Rikishi pretty much came in there and cleaned house.
Yeah, but you have to admit that was kind of cool to see Edge and Christian back then as they're fucking, where they're going, "Oh, for the people benefit of flash photography."
Oh, dressed up as the Jug Band. I forgot to mention that before the match even started. And that's why I've been calling you Rufus. But then, like, near the end of the match, we seen a spear by Edge. Then Edge got double teamed. Grandmaster Sexy performed a hip hop drop on Edge, but I think the ending was botched because Kurt Angle ran in there, freaking going to break up the pin. Edge kicked out at 3, but the match was awarded to Too Cool anyway. They even got on interview afterwards. Angle and Edge and Christian got on interviews saying that ending was botched, that they were supposed to be the ones to win the match. But the referee counted too quick. You noticed that too, right? Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw that.
Well, that was one of the refs that they had, because they were also looking into all the McMahon's shit back then too, remember?
Yeah. But
and scrutinizing his company policies, and also the referees and shit were doing whatever the fuck they wanted at that time.
I mean, but you do realize, you saw the botch happen at the end of the match, right? You seen Edge kick out at 3. And Angle tried bringing it up, but he missed his cue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but either way, the baby faces won the match. The only faces to win their babyface to win the match tonight. To win their match tonight, spoilers. Alright?
Yeah.
But then afterwards, I think we saw Jerry Briscoe after the match, being all paranoid in the freaking bathroom, seeing his own reflection, got spooked by that, and ended up punching the gang mirror.
The gang mirror? You mean the dang mirror?
I said dang mirror. I didn't say gang mirror.
You said gang.
What the hell's up with that? Either way, that was fucking funny. I'm like, he got scared by his own reflection. Paranoia, am I much?
He got scared by his own pale white reflection.
Yeah. But anyway, the next match on the card was Perry Saturn versus light heavyweight champion Dean Malenko versus European champion Eddie Guerrero, with China in a triple threat match for the European Championship.
With mommy.
Yeah, and in theory, if Dean Malenko would have won it, in theory, he would have walked out as a double champion in this one.
Yes, but he never ever walked out with double championships.
But anyway, your thoughts on this triple threat between 3 of the 4 members of the Radical stable?
It was good.
For the most part.
Yeah. Of course, Dean Malenko was waiting in the parking lot for Eddie and China. And Eddie gives China the steel pipe with the roses.
Yep.
And Dean Malenko's like, oh yeah, this is between me, him, and Perry. Stay out of it. And of course, classic Eddie fashion. He's like, of course she'll stay out of it. Wink, wink.
Yep. And then, of course, after some great action, which could have gone either way, honestly, for a great triple threat match, the ending came when China hit Saturn with the lead pipe on the outside.
Yep.
And then Dean Malenko tried to counter it, only to get a drop toe hold done to him, whatever. And he landed face first on the rose pipe. And then he got rolled up with a, Oklahoma schoolboy roll pin to retain Freddie Guerrero to retain the European Championship.
Hey, Dustin, would you ever imagine them saying that is a rose pipe and there is a rose pipe?
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a rose, yeah, and there was a steel lead pipe in the roses. I get it. Then you got Eddie Guerrero and China, the original. We're not talking about the ones from Wish, which was Dominic and Rhea Ripley. Of course, then again, Rhea Ripley would freaking beat the shit out of Dominic if she wanted to.
Well, Rhea Ripley's fine, but the only 2 fucking knockoffs are JD McDumbass and Dominic Mysterio Guerrero.
I mean, it served its purpose. It wasn't the best triple threat match I've ever seen, but it served its purpose.
It ran a good amount of time for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was. But speaking of things that are interference filled, now it's time to talk about the No disqualification, falls count anywhere match between Shane McMahon and the Big Show.
Yep.
Which way did he go? Oh my God, they had to compare Shane McMahon to Simba. I disagree. For the storyline.
Young Simba McMahon.
Jesus God. We know that's your boy.
Nope.
But anyway, the first part...
Okay, we all know that Bob Buchanan was your boy then.
It's like B squared was not my boy. Of course, then again, where do you think I got the inspiration for the D2 name? Anyway...
Exactly!
Not a fucking joke, by the way. If you want to know the backstory. Right? But I wasn't I wasn't a Bull Buchanan fan, okay?
Yes, you were.
No, you were.
Nope, you were.
No, you were when he was John Cena's buddy.
No, that's both you and him at the same time.
But anyway, the Big Show dominated Shane McMahon for the first part of this matchup, and then, of course, Boss Man came out, interfered, got dealt with, then Testin, Albert, and Trish Stratus also came out
TNA
to interfere, which Big Show took care of them, including throwing choke slamming Stratus to the outside onto Albert and Test.
Yeah.
And then eventually ended near the entrance ramp with Big Show freaking dominating Shane out there, only to get attacked by Bull Buchanan and have this huge amplifier tossed down onto his freaking leg. And then Shane McMahon hit freaking Big Show on the head with a cinder block to get the pinfall. And win.
Yeah, but you had that bit when Big Show tossed those fuckers into the steel ramp of the fucking... the steel when he was fucking just tossing Test and Albert again.
Yeah.
He literally threw Albert right up into the fucking thing.
Yeah, and maybe...
Or was that Test?
I think that was Test who took that fall. I don't remember completely.
Well,
my mind's too wrapped around that long Iron Man match we just saw.
That was still freaking amazing because he fucking launched his ass right up in there and he got fucking blasted in the face.
Yep. Of course, after the match, the Big Show was taken into an ambulance and was taken out
just
of the arena.
complaining about his knee.
Exactly. And of course, this was done at the time to write Big Show off of TV to, one, probably go heal up, and two, send him to OVW to develop more of his skill before he returned in 2001.
When he took out The Undertaker.
Yeah. So anyway...
Because at that point, they were turning him into a heel.
Yeah. So anyway, afterwards, we seen more freaking Jerry Briscoe shenanigans when he was in the bag, preferably in the referee's locker room to try to go relax, and then the referees tried to play a cruel prank on him by saying, "Hey, let's pin him right here." What the hell you guys doing? That's not funny. Paranoia of that hardcore title, man, at the time. Jeez.
Well, he also hit fucking vendors.
He also hit vendors, too, at one point, also. He was paranoid about that. It was just paranoia, more paranoid than Van Damme at Survivor Series. In that previous upload, you know what I mean? But anyway, the next match on the card was a submission match, the Battle of the Chris's, between Intercontinental Champion Benoit and Chris Jericho.
And again, people, get your panties and underwear out of a knot. We do not condone what happened later in his life. We are just focusing, yet again, on his in-ring career.
Last time we're going to mention that, there's your PSA. But anyway, this match was built on who had the most devastating submission hold at the time, whether it was the crossface or the walls of Jericho. And it was a great back and forth match. I mean, what was your thoughts on this one, and what were some of the spots that stood out to you?
Well, fucking Jericho never tapped. He fucking blacked the fuck out.
But yeah, there was There were suplexes in here, freaking counters, extra submission holds in here. Everything was good, but in the end, Jericho almost got to the ropes when he was locked in the crossface.
Yeah.
Only for Benoit to freaking yank him back and put on him again. And I hate to say this, but it looked like he was choking Jericho out, and that's what caused the finish.
Could have.
And
also,
yeah.
he was also probably pissed off because Jericho took his knee brace and was beating him in the face with it too. So,
oh yeah, Benoit did come into that match selling a knee injury.
Yes.
And yes, the knee brace did get used in the match too, along with all the other physicality they did to each other. But in the end, Jericho did get choked out, which, being choked out by Benoit, that's a visual I didn't need. For obvious reasons. I'm not trying to tie it in, it just was a disturbing thing to see.
Yes.
At the time. But either way, Jericho didn't tap out, he passed out, giving Benoit the win to retain the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was alright. It was alright for what it was. Not the best Jericho match I've seen, not the best Benoit match I've ever seen, but it was great and physical for what it was.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the tag team tables match between the Dudleys and DX, which this incarnation was Road Dogg and X-Pac with Tori at ringside.
Well, that's because they kicked out Billy Gunn.
In all reality, Billy Gunn was actually nursing a separated shoulder injury at this point. Right.
Well, this was also the point that Billy Gunn was taking a turn into a babyface to become
the one Billy Gunn.
Well, he was Mr. Ass.
Yeah.
And then when he lost that match to, which we'll be reviewing anyways,
at some point,
to the man that created the RTC, your favorite.
That was Steven Richards' group. Anyway. But anyway, let's freaking move on. Tag team match. Tag team tables match. Did it just confuse you? Because the first part of this match, they actually had to do legal tags in and out.
Yeah, no, you don't see that nowadays.
You didn't really see it back then, because I know the one between the Hardys and the Dudleys that happened at the Royal Rumble prior to this one was not tagging in and out, so I don't know why this one was.
Yeah.
It was just one of those weird-ass, why the hell are we seeing this now type stuff. But, in the end, it didn't really matter, because near the end of the match, all four of them were in there just brawling with each other anyway.
Yeah.
Devon Dudley was the first person put through the table on the outside by X-Pac.
No, he was put there by Road Dogg.
Or Road Dogg, whatever. Well, either way, I know Devon was the first one.
Because he did that, he does this weird freaking power pump handle slam. Every time he's behind them, he fucking looks like he's fucking him in the ass and then picks him up.
I bet you wanted to take that from the Road Dogg.
Fuck you.
Anyway, Devon went through the table first. And then at some point, X-Pac also went through a table, so they were 1 for 1.
Yeah, that was Bubba Ray. He put his ass through the table.
And then for some reason, when Bubba Ray and Road Dogg were fighting each other, they both looked at the referee and put him through a table.
Because he was interfering.
And I just liked how friggin' Road Dogg was like, yeah, let's celebrate. Only for Boa to attack him again.
Yes.
I'm like, Road Dogg, did you really think that was going to work? Right?
Yes.
And then Road Dogg got put through the table, but the referee did not see it. He was knocked out. And that's cued Jerry Briscoe to come out. And interfere again.
Yes. Well, Tori Wilson as well.
And Tori. It's like, and Tori as well. This wasn't Tori Wilson. This was another person. But either way. But either way, after...
Her name was Tori.
But, Dudley... But, Bubba Ray Dudley got into position to put Tori through the table, only for Jerry Briscoe to come and nail Bubba in the nuts with looked like weak shots. Like, that won't even affect a kitten.
Yes.
And then X-Pac delivering a massive X-Factor from the top rope to the table, which the referee was actually awake and saw, thus giving Road Dogg and X-Pac the win.
Yes. And then Jerry Briscoe.
And then after the match, Jerry Briscoe, who didn't leave with DX at that time,
was DX chopping.
It was DX chopping the Dudleys, only for him to get attacked by both Bubba and Devon at the end, sending him through a table with the 3D.
I would have fucking pinned him because it was for the. I would have said, "Oh, it's my title now, bitches."
Yeah, and that was the end of the Jerry Briscoe paranoia of the night, right? Yeah, and there was only 6 matches. There was only 6 matches on this card, and that's for a good reason. So this has mostly been a heel-dominated pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yep. But
and then the main event.
The main event was an hour. A 60-minute Iron Man match for the WWE Championship as WWE Champion The Rock defended against Triple H, with Mr. Short Shorts as the referee.
Yes.
I never ever want to see you wear short shorts, ever. And the big story was Shawn Michaels going to be an impartial referee, or was he going to screw The Rock siding with Triple H, or was he going to screw Triple H siding with The Rock?
Yeah.
But it turns out Shawn Michaels was an impartial referee throughout the whole match.
Yeah.
And, they went back and forth. In the opening segments, they went back and forth for like a good... For the first 12 minutes of the match, just pacing back and forth, trying to conserve their energy.
Yeah.
Doing rest holds and some big moves, but not a whole bunch of them. Only for The Rock to surprise Triple H with a rock bottom, getting a 3 count, scoring 1-0.
Yeah.
In the first fall. Of course, prior to the match, Triple H said to Vince, Shane, and Stephanie go in the back, right?
His father-in-law.
So he wanted to keep it one-on-one. I knew that wasn't going to last that long.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we get to that. Oh, yeah, and before we go further in the match...
who comes out.
Yeah. We'll save that for the end. Oh, yeah. By the way, you notice Triple H's theme song when he came out? No, you're an OG if you remember that theme song.
Yeah.
When he had My Time, that theme song? Yeah. But anyway, like I said, around the 12-minute mark, The Rock performed a rock bottom to Triple H, scoring 1-0. Then after a bit of... Then after 15 more minutes of brawling back and forth, Triple H actually got the pinfall with a pedigree. And by that point, and then literally 1 minute later, Triple H got another pinfall on The Rock using an inside cradle, thus making the score 2-1 in favor of Triple H here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then The Rock and Triple H, The Rock's tried to make a small amount of comeback. Yeah, then The Rock tried to make a small comeback here, but
it was squashed.
It was squashed about 4 minutes after Triple H's last score. He did a pile driver on The Rock, something you don't see much of today, making the score 3-1.
Yep.
So The Rock at this point was in dangerous territory, and both of them already looked exhausted as hell.
Well, that's because they kept wrestling. They tried to hit each other with their best shot to keep them down.
Yeah, and then a little later on, The Rock performed a DDT on Triple H, making the score 3-2. And by that point, freaking these two were exhausted. Hell, even Shawn Michaels said, nope, ain't no double countouts when they're out here. Screw that. Right?
Well, he let them get away with a lot of shit.
But then Triple H, later on in the match, Triple H, the ever equal opportunity is, attacked The Rock with a steel chair, thus getting himself purposely disqualified.
Yeah.
Making the score tied again, 3-3, only for Triple H to immediately pin The Rock, using the ropes for leverage, which Shawn Michaels didn't catch, making the score 4-3. Not a bad strategy in a match like this.
Well, he did it to wear him down.
Yeah. Not a bad strategy in a match like this when you know you're going to have the advantage afterwards anyway on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that chair shot, The Rock got busted open. Both men were fatigued by this point, you could tell. I mean, this match was long, right?
Yeah.
And then Triple H performed a sleeper, put The Rock in a sleeper hold, which caused The Rock to pass out, causing Triple H to get another score via TKO, making the score 5-3.
Yeah.
And then those two went to the outside of the ring, did some brawling out there. Triple H looked like he was going to do a move on the freaking, like, regular announce table, which, by the way, the commentators for this event was Jim Ross and Jerry the King of Lotto. I keep forgetting to mention that at the start, right? But then Triple H, then The Rock actually... Yeah, but then Triple H was counted out after The Rock performed a pedigree onto the announce table, but the announce table did not break.
Yeah.
Thus making the score 5-4.
Yeah. And The Rock hit a rock bottom and the people's elbow to make it 5-5.
Yeah, I was about to say, and shortly after that, when Triple H got in the back in the ring, The Rock did hit a rock bottom and a people's elbow to make score 5-5, right? And so far,
the
Mr.
most electrifying move in WWE.
And yeah, and Short Shorts was being an impartial referee. But then after the score was tied once again, Road Dogg and X-Pac interfered to attack The Rock.
Shane McMahon came out first.
And then Shane McMahon came out. And then Vince McMahon came out. They were all attacking The Rock. And then it happened.
Then all you hear is those who lay me to rest.
Yeah, the whole freaking creepy girl freaking videos. Hyping a much anticipated return at this point. And people were expecting this guy to come back as his original incarnation. No, they got somebody completely different.
They got the American Badass.
And The Undertaker actually came out to the ring on the motorcycle. This was the American Badass debut. Right at the end of this matchup, he was cleaning house on all of the McMahon group and DX.
You know, I like the fact that Mr. Ray's like, huh?
He's like, what? Yeah, and then Undertaker attacked X-Pac, Road Dogg, Shane, and Vince McMahon.
And Stephanie.
And he went after Stephanie for a bit. Then The Undertaker then attacked Triple H with a choke slam near the end of the match when the clock was about to expire. No, and then hit Triple H with a tombstone pile driver only for the Shawn Michaels to ring the bell.
No, he hit Shawn Michaels with the choke. He hit Triple H with the choke slam, and then Shawn Michaels was stirring.
Shawn Michaels was stirring. You could tell he was stirring something, and then Triple H got hit with a tombstone. Within the last within the last seconds of the match, and then the end of the match, and then the match result was Triple H wins with a score of 6-5 via disqualification thanks to The Undertaker's interference.
Yeah, but it was already after the fact that the buzzer had gone.
Yeah, but you may not like the ending, but either way, Triple H won the WWE Championship here.
Yep.
defeating The Rock in a Iron Man match. Oh yeah, and before we go to our freaking scores, and that's how, and that's how Judgment Day ended. Before we go to our scores of this event, let's talk about that opening hype package, at least for one small little detail, when it said, in 1 hour, so and so many people die, or this hour, this big number thing happens.
In 1 hour, 1,623 children are born.
Of course, the one that got me laughing the most, like, in 1 hour, you will think about sex 21 times.
That's it.
And I'm sorry, but that made me laugh when I saw that. I'm like, they really had to put that in there. Next thing you know, they're going to be like, in 1 hour, so-and-so 1,000 people have sex. Unfortunately for you, you are not one of them. Right?
Yeah.
So, now let's get to our star ratings here. The 6-man tag owner between Too Cool and Edge, Christian, and Angle, I would give about 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
What would you give it?
3.25.
Yeah, the Eddie Guerrero defeating the Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn triple threat match for the European Championship. I give it about a 3. 3 out of 5, yep. Shane McMahon versus the Big Show's interference filled, no holds barred, falls count anywhere match. As hardcore as it was, the interference really drug it down. So I'd have to give it about 2.5.
1.
I got more enjoyment out of it, I guess, than you did. The Battle of the Chris's in that submission match for the Intercontinental Championship, 4.5.
4.
Yep. The tag team
The reason
tables
why
match.
I say 1 is because they had the whole entire fucking, well, almost the whole roster go out there that was at the fucking pay-per-view.
Yep. The DX versus the Dudley Boys tag team tables match. Despite it being, well, there was interference in this, but not much, but enough to drag it down somewhat. I'd give about 3.
2.5.
In the main event 60-minute Iron Man match with Triple H and The Rock, I have to give it 5 out of 5.
4.5.
Yeah, that's close enough anyway. So my final grade for Judgment Day 2000 overall would probably be a B, and that's only because of the power of the 60-minute main event.
I give it a C+ because it could have gone a little bit longer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure if the main event wasn't a 60-minute Iron Man match, there would have been more matches added to this, and I would say this championship match could have been cut down to 20 to 25 minutes on average.
Yeah, but they wanted to have a definitive winner, so.
And there really wasn't a definitive winner, but I'd still call it 5 stars anyway. Because of how long this match was, both men gave it their all, and of course it was the debut of the American Badass, Undertaker.
That's what I liked about the entire thing, really, was those fucking videos, just the little girls that were on there, just like how they're doing nowadays, was the fucking creepiest shit. And then it all conjugated on Judgment Day.
So yeah, that was Judgment Day 2000, our thoughts and review on it. So, I know this was your pick, so next week for the pay-per-view review podcast, we will be doing my pick.
King of the Ring 95.
It's not King of the Ring 95. I know you want to fucking goddamn review that one so badly, but I don't right now.
I know you do.
I apologize to all the Mabel fans right now. All 2 of you. But that's not my review for next week.
You just turned out half your fucking views.
I'm just fucking joking around. I'm pretty sure the late Nelson Frazier was a nice person. And I'm pretty sure he had a lot of fans, but his King of the Ring win just wasn't the best. Right?
Yeah.
But anyway, the next pay-per-view I'm going to pick for us to review, maybe you'll figure it out by answering this question. What do we always say when we get ran over by the cars in Fortnite?
I did it for the Rock.
Yes. And who was the one who first coined that term?
The Tribal Chiefs.
So yeah, in this little mini-series I'm going to be doing back-to-back to follow that whole story, my first pick for next week is No Mercy 2000.
Yeah.
So yep, that's next week's review. So until then, I will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Doses.